Hey everyone. Okay, it is literally 9 o'clock at night. Um, yeah, I did not do a video earlier today, so I am first going to apologize for the noise you are probably going to hear coming from above. The neighbors are up and they are talking very, very loud. You will probably hear the F word come out a couple times in this video, so I apologize for that. But if you're new to my channel, hey, my name is Teresa. I do videos on whatever I want because I don't like putting myself in a box. And today I thought I would give you guys a few updates. So, the biggest update has to do with my health. I did a huge thing um like over a week ago now, and I got both of my big toenails removed, and it has really affected my ability to walk recently. And it has not been fun. The recovery has not been fun. I was literally told that I would be able to walk within a couple of days. Fun fact, my toes ended up getting infected like a few days after, and it has not been fun whatsoever. So that's been really great to have to deal with. Not. And yeah, I've been taking days off of work, which again, I don't like doing at all. Ideally, I was only going to take Christmas Eve off and the day after Christmas off to be with family and stuff in my hometown. And then I ended up taking off like 3 days in like a pay period and then another day, and then eventually it actually started showing signs of an infection, and then ended up having to take like a whole week off. So I'm off literally this entire week, but kind of ended up being fine um, for other work reasons that I can't go into detail. And so, yeah. Um, if you have ever had this procedure done, I got it done for a couple of reasons. One of the main things is my toenails um, have always been an insecurity of mine, especially my big toenails. They have always been very thick. You could not clip them with regular toenail cutters. And so my adoptive mom always described them as like grandma toenails. And so, yeah, they were very thick, very hard to cut through, and they had identical vertical, no, this is vertical, horizontal lines on them. And what I ended up finding out once going to the podiatrist here in my new town was that there was trauma way back in the nail bed, and it like grew and then it stopped and then grew like a new nail. And so that's what happened. And I, again, was always insecure about my toenails. And as a dancer, when I did lyrical, we were wear these shoes called paws. And really all that it was a shoe that was like a half sock kind of situation that you would just like slip on and it would provide padding on the balls of your feet so you can turn, and that's literally like what it was. And so, yeah, um, toes very much out there exposed. We don't know what caused the trauma to the feet. I am definitely taking a hard guess that when I was younger and started dancing, I started in tap, and that's generally the class that they start you in. They start you in a tap ballet combo. And so one of the first things that they teach you is toe touches, and as a kid, you don't understand how to just, like, nicely tap your toe. You just kind of, like, slam it down, and so I'm guessing that's probably the thing that, um, did it. So, yeah, very, very fun, but there could definitely be, like, a number of things that could have done it. I mean, maybe there was something when I was in India, um, in the orphanage, uh, going back and like on photos of that time, it definitely looks like the shoes that we would wear like outside were not like properly fitted shoes. Um, Again, India being like a third world country and, you know, getting like proper shoes, again, being like in an orphanage, it all kind of makes sense. Like the shoes definitely looked like way too big for my feet. And I don't know how often they were like taking us outside or anything like that. So that could definitely be a thing. I don't know how common it is in India to like walk around barefoot either. Cause I know too, like, there's definitely a photo of me on like a jungle gym, like barefoot as well, which definitely is not like hygienic by any means. So definitely a number of things could have caused it from an early age. And so yeah. So I decided to get them removed and then let them grow since I'm still young and see how they do. So yeah, it's been very, very challenging to kind of navigate through the apartment, I'll say, and do certain things. Because yeah, when I say I could not walk for the longest time, I mean I could not walk for the longest time. I literally called them last Monday and I walked into that building and the like assistant, like medical assistant or whoever, um, literally looked at me and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you we're not kidding. You literally cannot walk." And I was like, "Yeah." Um, so that's when we started antibiotics, even though back then they didn't look infected. Um, at that point, it was like 4 days after the actual procedure, and my podiatrist was like, yeah, by now, like, you should be able to go back to like normal activities." And one of the things that really, really does suck, honestly, is that my job is very much focused heavily on walking, and doing stuff with clients. Um, and when Mondays specifically, currently, this is probably changing, who knows? Mondays specifically, I have three clients back to back, and depending on what week I'm on, um, my afternoon client needs a lot of running around. And so I checked in with the person who was covering for that client, and it sounded like they were doing a lot of running around. So I'm really happy that I was not able to go into work that day. And so, yeah, I only ended up going in 2 days that week, because then Friday, I ended up contacting them again, and I was like, "Oh, they actually look like infected. I can see pus like on the one foot." And I think I just ended up overdoing it. When we talked that Monday, the podiatrist and I, he literally just said, "Take it one day at a time." And I was like, "Okay." But I kind of needed a definitive answer of, can I actually go into work? Can I not? Like, yeah. But anyways, so it's been a struggle, and I really wish that I would have taken the day prior before the actual procedure to like get my apartment ready, meaning like, kind of get things cleaned up in the apartment, get like a pathway clear, double check and make sure that there's enough food in the apartment. Oh my gosh, I got it done Wednesday. I usually do grocery shopping on Saturday, and so when Saturday came, I was like, "What am I gonna do?" I was actually running out of food by that Friday, and so I was like, "What am I gonna do? There's no way on God's good green earth I'm going to be able to walk around a grocery store and get groceries." So, and plus we had a snowstorm that Friday as well. Um, and so I literally had to go out Saturday and shovel myself out of my driveway because our property people suck here and they don't have anybody to shovel driveways or sidewalks. So, I was standing there with shoes that were cramming my poor toes into them, shoveling my driveway. And so that was not fun to deal with. And I was talking to my neighbor who was out, happened to be outside, and he literally said that he got to the end of the driveway and then got stuck. But he has a really little car. So I was like, oh crap. Because we got a good like 12 plus inches of snow. So I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to end up just ordering groceries. So that's what I ended up doing, and I hate doing that because delivery is always more expensive. But when you are single and you live alone, um, and you don't really have anybody to like help you, you do what you got to do. So, um, yeah. So, Walmart delivery to the rescue. So, I've had to do that for groceries, for even just, certain things of like making sure that I get the proper things to like soak my feet because I didn't have like a good container to soak my feet in. Had to like get the Epsom salt to, soak it, get the right supplies, to do all of that stuff. So, yeah, it's been a lot. It has really, really, truly been a lot. So, that's kind of a note for all of you that if you are single and you live alone, make sure that if you go through like a surgery of any kind, that you have somebody to help you out post surgery, but also too that you have somebody to drive you afterwards because I drove myself home after the surgery and I definitely felt like woozy, like walking back to my car because they didn't tell me if I needed anybody to drive me back afterwards, which I thought was weird because I did it on both feet. Um, and so that was really interesting. But walking back to the car, I felt kind of woozy. Thankfully, like driving from the place to back to my place, like from the clinic to my place, it wasn't that far. And thankfully, with having the feet like upright, like on the pedal, and then the one spot in the car for the left foot that can just rest in an upright position really helped. And then I was able to like get in the car just fine. And then luckily I was able to chill for a bit, but um having to figure out like food was definitely difficult. Um and just having to figure out like how am I going to be able to like get up and get food was also very difficult. That's kind of when, unfortunately, like Uber eating food was a thing. And yeah, Um, the only good thing is with like the weight loss and diet and that kind of thing is it does help to up the calories for me to kind of like eat like crap with recovery, and also um it doesn't affect it overly too much. Like you'd be really surprised because your body's just like in recovery mode, and it's just like, okay, anything right now to help like recover. So that's really the big thing. It's going to be really interesting to go back to dance. I did not go to dance um the week after I had surgery. So, yeah, it's going to take a while for me to get back, I feel like, to where I was with ballet. We do 32 releves, if you know what that is, just going from flat feet to um, going on our tippy toes, like not fully on tippy toes because we're not on point, excuse me. But yeah, just kind of going from flat to, the balls of our feet. We do 32 of those. And I literally realized that it's going to take a lot of practice to like strengthen the feet to be able to do that. Once I'm able to kind of do that, at least especially like normally walk. Because walking with shoes, oh my God, that was so painful because just like how the shoes sit on the feet were really painful, and I think I honestly have to throw away, like, all of my shoes now because I think all of my shoes are too small. Um, I literally went out to Target and bought, like, a size up, and how I was walking in shoes, the fact that they would, like, lift up and just kinda, like, sit on the toes was so, so painful. Um, so that was no fun. Showering was really difficult. I had to get a shower mat because I was going to literally like slip in the shower. Um, yeah. Because yeah, you don't realize how much like your big toes really do like help you balance. So yeah, like I said, it will be very fun to see how it goes with dance, with ballet, once I am able to start doing ballet again. Because my class on Tuesday is actually an hour and a half long. So that will be very, very interesting to see how that goes. And then the last bit of update, because I could go on and on about just recovery on the toes. Um, the last bit of update I'm very excited to share with you guys is I have joined a theater company here in my new town. Even though I have been in this town now for a solid almost year, you guys. Literally, the 26th is going to mark a year since I have moved, which is crazy. Uh, but I finally joined a theater here. I went on an, an audition. So many words right there. And it was for the play As You Like It by Shakespeare. And I did not think that the first play I would be coming back to or like doing would be Shakespeare. I haven't done Shakespeare since high school because, oh my God, full circle moment. Literally the last play I ever acted in, like the last thing I ever acted in was A Midsummer Night's Dream by Shakespeare. And now, like, the thing I am coming back to is Shakespeare As You Like It. And one of the big reasons, sorry guys, I'm trying to kind of curl my hair because I just got out of the shower. But one of the reasons why I decided to go with this play is because there is a very quotable famous quote from this play uh, that I love. It's one of my all-time favorite quotes, and it definitely reflects theater and the world. And it's all the world is a stage, and all the men and women are merely players, and one man has many roles in his life. I know there's a part in that I'm missing. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being seven ages. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do this play, but also it's Shakespeare's only comedy. And then also too, when I read Rosalind and kind of found out that she is the most well-known, or is credited honestly as Shakespeare's, like, one of his most well-known heroines, I was like, "Oh my god, yes." Um, yeah, I just really wanted to do it. And the only Shakespeare play that I know like the back of my hand is Midsummer Night's Dream. So I ended up doing the audition and nervous as heck, but you know what? Like, we are all nervous as can be when it comes to Shakespeare because it's Shakespeare, and let's face it, a lot of us don't know what the heck he is saying because he literally created his own language and his own like culture. Like, he literally shifted culture, and it's kind of insane when you study Shakespeare. But yeah, and I ended up getting 3 roles in this, which is crazy. Oh my god, you guys, I have literally been doing theater for 22 years, and I've never done 3 roles. And it's weird to say that I've, like, done theater for 22 years and I've never done 3 roles, like, that's crazy. But I am so excited to be back doing theater and doing what I am passionate about and what I love, and being now back on the side that I know and love because I've been directing and producing, and that takes a lot of work. And as much as I love that, I want to get to play and explore characters. And so, yeah, I just feel like getting to go back to, you know, ballet and in a studio and do dance, and now getting back into theater, I feel like I'm just coming home, and it's a great feeling. So, with that said, you guys, I will talk to you guys all not next weekend because I will be in my hometown, but the weekend after that. And we will talk about goals for 2026. And I hope you guys all are doing well, taking care of yourself, taking some time to be grateful this upcoming holiday season, and just taking, yeah, some time to care for yourself, nurture yourself, do what you need to do, take some time off of work, breathe, and put some time maybe into like a hobby or something. And yeah, I hope you guys are just doing really, really well. I'm sorry that this is so late. I'm sorry I'm messing with my hair a lot. When my hair is drying, you guys, like, I just can't. I mean, I don't know why I'm getting kind of like some like, straight stuff going on, but I'll fix it here, or I'll fix it in the morning actually, because it is 9:30 and I'm going to head to bed. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a wonderful Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I just hope you have a wonderful week and take care, you guys. Bye. Oh my god, I literally forgot, like, the entire outro of this video. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe down below, hit the bell for notifications. I post every weekend, and yeah. Okay. Now, goodbye, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Bye. Maybe one day I'll actually learn how to do these YouTube videos and maybe not be a hot mess. Maybe I'll put that for a goal for 2026. We'll see.